Okay, this is KARL-JAMES LANGFORD. Welcome to part 2 of the look at this new development site at the Bendricks to see if I can see any archaeology. And let's just wander along this bank. So you've got the natural strata here, okay, and the topsoil. So if there was anything, you would see it in the side if there was any pottery. But trying to film and look for artifacts isn't probably the easiest thing in the world. Okay, that's a nice interesting stone there. So this is the way it sort of breaks off the natural stone. So where to look next? Let's keep looking. So now we're starting to get to, I think what they're doing here, they're taking all this sort of all these layers out. They're ripping it all out. So let's just keep going. So if there's anything along here. So a penny 100 years old found in the previous video as I just wandered on the site. I know it's only 100 years old, but you know, how many archaeologists actually find anything really when they're out and about? But I'm just probably doing this just to, you know, there were some substantial archaeological finds found here. So that's all the stone, so we don't want to go over there. This really big, chunky equipment. So be very careful of time as well. I don't want to be up here when it gets dark. It's a bit of a drain going across there, lots of land drains. And, you know, it's a shame there weren't archaeologists here to actually monitor this as it was going along, really. So it's part of a new housing estate. So it's all mumble jumble here now. So lots of the material has actually been cleared into that mound in front. So sort of have a little bit of a look to see maybe. Promise this is really awkward. This all the way along here. I spotted a van over there. I wonder if they're stopped for me. Nobody's approached me yet. Let's just see what we can see. Let's just see if we can see anything. Anything in any of this? Anything going on here? There's a van over there. They stopped, but they haven't got out yet. So just gotta make sure that everything's okay. Let's keep going. Sort of wandering across here now. They stopped. They weren't for me at all. Okay. So got me a bit distracted. That did that. So that's down there. What is that there? What's that? That's just a bit of house brick actually. So Bendricks, what's been found down at the Bendricks? Well, down at the Bendricks, lots of sets of human remains have been found in the 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, and there's been in the 1980s, 1990s, more sets of human remains found. Near about 50 found around a well at the Atlantic Trading Estate itself. So just got to try and keep looking down at the ground. This has all really been rather disturbed now. Probably very difficult to actually see any archaeology. I'm just going to have one last look. I'm going to sort of go along that ridge there. I'm back to where I was earlier on, so that's good. I sort of know where I'm going. So let's sort of see if I can see anything else. Sort of way open here, this is. Just keeps looking. What's that there? Another bit of a house brick. Lots of bits of house brick from buildings associated with the Second World War. If we sort of go up here now, big piles of rubble and everything. This is one of two videos, the opening video. Sort of like sandy material. It's rather interesting. A lot of sand here. And as we sort of go up here now, is there anything for me to see? Can I see anything as I'm wandering along at the Atlantic Train Estate of Bendrick? Oh, what's that white thing there? It's obviously not bone, is it? So, or anything, or clay pipe, or anything like that. Actually, there's not many artifacts here at all. In fact, between bits of china, there you go. Saw a bit of a toilet down there. As we start to go along here now. Now that's interesting. What I can see is rather interesting in front. Right, so they cut all this away. It's all been cut away. And you can see the layers there. You can see at the bottom there, you can see the red sandstone Triassic, and it's got like a greeny off colour. More Triassic rock. Then you can see that what's called the regolith as the stone breaks down. So it's going to be along here that you're going to see artifacts in the section, sort of preserved. Let's just see if we can see anything. Oh. Bone. Oh, was expecting to see that. Butcher's bone. Could be a cattle bone of some description. Oh, wow, amazing. Bit of bone. Said we weren't going to see any bone, we've got some bone. Wow. So obviously, all this is unstratified. It's all mixed up, it's all mumble jumbled. So it's not keeping, you don't need to take exact locations. This is all mixed up and disturbed. But if it's in a section, I'd need to get the level out. I'd need to take references of this and photograph and record. That find of an animal bone then is just what's called unstratified, in a mixed deposit. Sort of some other sort of stone here, some sandstony, and sort of had a good old look now really. So we're nearly over in this video. It's amazing that nobody's been monitoring this. And that there is the base of the Second World War camp. Right, so we're in the camp here. This is where all the Nissen huts and everything would have been. And naturally this has all been disturbed, and this is where all the old archaeology was, within this sort of landscape. What do they tell builders these days? Don't say anything to anyone. Don't tell the archaeologists, because they'll be in here making lots of noise. And sort of, it's another bit of brick there. Sort of wandering along here now, nearly at the end really, to where we were earlier on. We saw all these different layers. So this is the Bendricks. There's nothing at this site. I was hoping there's going to be nothing here actually, because can you imagine if I found a human body here today? Oh god, that would be rather interesting. So anyway, so if anyone wants to, so here we go, and where do I, this is me. I'm all kitted up, so I've got my health and safety on. This is me, and thank you for watching this video. This is KARL-JAMES for Archaeology Cymru, panning around on this development site near the entrance to the Bendricks. These more housing, and not to get political, but why do we need more housing when there's thousands of houses in the valleys that nobody's living in? Again, why? Okay, more money for the council. Woo! Controversial. Thank you very much. Bye. Like, subscribe, and join my channel for some more controversy. And if anyone's interested, I didn't break into this site. There was a gap. Didn't do any damage to get in, so it was wide open. Thank you.